I am going to make some tacos for supper. We haven't had tacos in a long time, and it sounds so yummy. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm actually excited for just this time of quietly making some tacos and enjoying some time alone and even dancing a little bit to the worship music I have on. It's going to be a refreshing time. I can see the kids outside playing at the playset in their sandbox, and they're playing really well. It's a fall day. It's kind of sweatshirt weather. They don't even have their vests on. It feels good in the sun. And we've had kind of a busy day, and I think we all just want a little bit of relax time. And this is how I'm going to relax. Just let my mind do whatever it wants to do while I make some supper. And my tummy's already growling thinking about tacos. I have the meat thawing. I'm going to make a whole bunch of it. So I have a whole bunch of ground beef out on the counter. I had bought this huge 10-pound thing of ground beef, and I cut it up into little 2-pounders, put it in the freezer, because it's way cheaper to do it that way. So I got one of the little 2-pounders out, packages. I have it all thawed and ready to be made into taco meat. And I got my soft tortillas, they're whole wheat tortillas. I got those out of the freezer. And those have thawed. Those are ready for tonight too. So I turn on the stove and I hear the click, click, click. And I actually have to use a lighter to light it. Something's up with my stove. So I light it and it bursts into a small flame. I put my cast iron skillet over top, and I can already feel some of the warmth, and it feels nice. I have my slippers, my pink fuzzy slippers on my feet, and they have a memory foam, so they're nice and cushy as I walk around on our new wood flooring, which I'm so thankful for in our kitchen. We have so many windows, and it's bright and sunny, and it's a windy day, and I can hear the leaves rustling out there and the wind rushing by. And then it's time to put the meat in. So I put it in. I have this special masher to mash it up and make it really easy to break it up in there. And as that gets going, I start preparing some of the other things. I have a big block of medium cheddar cheese that I'm going to grate. So I bend down to get my grater. It's a special OXO grater. That's the brand, and I like OXO. And my husband got me this special grater for Christmas one year, and I really like it. So I squat down, and it feels good to use my muscles, and I look into the cabinet, and I grab it, and open it up, and get it all set up. And then I open up my cheese package with a knife, and then I start just pushing the cheese against the grater, and it has a little bowl that it falls into, and it goes pretty quick, and it's not hard at all. It feels good to use my muscles. Within a couple of minutes, I have lots of cheese to get all melty on our tacos. And I have some worship music on, and it's Phil Wickham, and it's just light, gentle music, but it's so encouraging. And every now and then I do a little dance because I'm all alone and I can, and I'm feeling happy. My body is feeling good, so I feel like moving a little bit. And I start to mash up the meat a little bit more, break it all apart. And it's cooking pretty good at this point. And I'm thinking, what else do I want to put on tacos? What sounds good? I have some sour cream. Get that out. Cooling creamy sour cream on a hot taco with melty cheese. That sounds so good. Thankfully, I got kind of bigger tortillas, so we can enjoy a nice big taco. I was talking about tacos with the kids earlier, and my little one, the 2-year-old, said he wanted tacos right then. But I think it was right after breakfast. Said, I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit. But it's getting closer to supper time now, so they'll be excited when I call them in. And I get out an iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce is my favorite to use for tacos because it's so crisp and crunchy and cool. And I get my big knife out and my little cutting board that moves around really easily. It's bendy. And I just do a big wallop right down the middle of the of the lettuce. And I start cutting it down. I only need half, so I cut it in slices and put it in a big bowl. Have it all ready. And I smell the taco meat. That smells good. Actually, it's just ground beef at this point. It doesn't have the taco seasoning. And so I see that it's ready to drain the grease, and I put the lid on and drain the grease into this jar that I have. I have my pot holders helping me hold it all on. The cast iron is heavy, but I feel strong. It feels good to use my muscles. And I drain out just enough grease and then put it back on, and I add a little bit of water. And I look at my taco seasoning. I have a huge thing of taco seasoning up in my spice cabinet. I'm always tempted to put more, but I know the kids probably will call it too spicy, so I always know I need to hold back a little bit. So I pour some in, I mix it all around and get it to cooking again, to cooking down. That smells really good. Oh man, my tummy is grumbling. And I get my tortillas out and I put them in my tortilla warmer because it's always nice to have a warm tortilla. It's this little cloth bag, and you put it in the microwave and just heat it for like 30 seconds, and so then it keeps them nice and warm in there. Okay, so I have my sour cream. Oh, I don't want to forget the salsa. It's one of my favorite things. Even the kids will eat it if I get mild, so I get that out. I have it all ready. I set all these things up on the counter so that when the kids come in, they can just bring it to the table. They know what their job is. I get the spoon out for the sour cream and for the cheese. I take a little bite of the cheese. It's so soft and yummy. So that's in a bowl. I think I'm gonna get the guacamole out. I had bought some guacamole, and I think now's a good time to use it because I want some chips with guacamole on the side, some tortilla chips. So I get the guacamole out and set that on the counter. It's always funny to me how many different things you need for tacos. Like, how in the world, why do you have to make 15 trips to the table when you have tacos? I have no idea. But it's worth it because they're so good. And then, okay, I got the guacamole. It means I've got to get the tortilla chips. I got those. Yummy. I'm so glad we have those. It's nice to have a crunch. My mom would always have me cut up black olives to go on our tacos, so I think I'll do that. That sounds pretty good. So I look up in the cabinet over to the right of the sink, and the sun is just shining through the trees into the window above the sink, and I feel this warmth on my face, and it feels so nice. And the wind just sounds so nice through the leaves out there. And I take a quick peek at the kids, and they're having a great time out there. It looks like they're playing restaurant or something. There's a little picnic table down there. And so I get the black olives can and open it up. It's one of those easy open cans. I always appreciate those. And drain it out really quickly and put those in a bowl. I think I'm gonna have one of the kids cut those because we have little plastic kid knives, and the kids just love cutting things whenever I let them. the easy things, the softer things. So I'll leave that job for them. Okay, let me check on the meat. It smells just right. I'm gonna turn off the flame. That music is so much fun. I really enjoy Phil Wickham's music, especially since brain retraining. It just puts me in a good mindset and makes me so thankful for what God has done for me and what He's doing. So it's really nice to have that on. And I think I have everything. I think we'll have some ice waters with it. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted. Some refried beans. So I go over to the cabinet again to the right of the sink and get the refried beans can. And I like to put refried beans on our tacos. My mom always did that. I know everybody doesn't do it, but I like to do it too because it fills us up more too. It's different texture. I just really enjoy it. So I put it into a bowl to put in the microwave and just heat it up low and slow. I hope I don't forget it in the microwave. I tend to usually, sometimes I forget things in the microwave and we find it the next morning at breakfast time. Oops. So it's time to eat. Yay! So I go to the sliding door and yell out to the kids in the backyard, "Okay, come on in!" And I whistle, because they're used to my whistle. They come running, yay! They all are running like a pack of wild dogs. And I look to the left and I see that my husband just drove up in his big blue truck. Last night, my 2-year-old said to my husband, "Dad, I like your big blue truck." That was a really good sentence for him. It was so cute. He's such a little cutie. And I forgot, he also said to me yesterday, "Mom, I like you." I was changing his diaper and he just said that out of nowhere. "Mom, I like you." And then when we were reading the Bible, he said, "I like Jesus." He's so cute. I'm so proud of that little guy. And as I walk back in and everybody's making their way inside and I close the door and I hear my worship music and I feel the sunshine and I realize I am so blessed and I'm so thankful for this nice supper time with yummy food that we are about to dig into. And I just feel blessed and happy.